Alrighty, welcome to another episode of Rockstar Partnership Live. I am Phil Barneo. I'm here with my beautiful wife.
Hey guys, it's Heather.
And we always are trying to help agents and investors earn more money, live free, have some fun, and of course, give back. That's our Rockstar motto. That's how we live like rock stars. We have some really exciting and special guests on our episode today. I just want to welcome Chuck and Angela Fazio to the episode today. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. Thank you for having it. It's a privilege.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's watching right now, a couple of things. Drop us a quick comment, say hello, say what's up to us, just to let us know that you're there and that you like what we're doing. I'm going to just give a quick intro on Chuck and Angela in case anybody viewing doesn't know them. These guys are true rock stars. They have some incredible stats. They built a independent brokerage, probably one of the largest in the nation, to over 900 agents. They were doing almost $2 billion a year in production. Those are some serious stats. So anybody listening who understands that in the industry knows that when you have people like that, of that caliber, and have produced that kind of results, you're going to want to pay attention and listen to, what they have to say, because they hold a lot of wisdom inside. And I'm going to do my best to pull some out of them today so that we can drop some nuggets for you guys. And hopefully we'll be able to help you grow your business and become more successful in your business and in your life, of course. So without further ado, let's welcome Chuck and Angela onto the show. And we kind of clicked right away, right? Actually, I'll let Heather tell real quick how we ended up meeting you guys, and then we'll get into your story.
Sure. So we ended up hearing about eXp and going down to Texas to the Build event. And we sat down, we listened to a bunch of speakers. And when we heard Chuck and Angela share their story and express everything that they had learned and done in the business, we looked at each other and said, we have to meet them. And then ironically, in a venue of 6,000 other agents, we ended up running into them and immediately hit it off.
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of more divinely, I think. But when we ended up, totally right. We ended up going out to breakfast. We connected because we're of the same faith. We're paisans, right, from New York, and we like old fashions, bourbon old fashions. So I don't know. It's just like a match made in heaven. So we were like, yeah, these are great people. They care, and we decided to move forward with you guys in business, and we're super excited that we did, because our experience has been wonderful with you guys. And, I don't want to take up too much time about us. I want to get into you. So can you help the people that are watching understand? So you have an interesting story, because you went from being at a point in your career where you were not really very successful as an agent in the industry, right? Almost to the point of, like you said, that you were ready to give up and quit. Can you tell some people, can you kind of bring everybody back to that point?
Yeah. So I grew up in New York. I moved out to Arizona end of 98, and I didn't even have a job. So I said, let me get into real estate. I can make a lot of money. And so I jumped into real estate school. I hate school, so it sucked. But got my license, joined a Keller Williams. I was there for about a year, and I was broke. I was doing no business. And then one day at a team meeting, in walks my beautiful wife. She hated me at first. So
didn't go so well that first time.
Didn't go so well, but I'm good at sales. So we wound up hooking up, and we were broke together. And it was tough. Real estate's a tough industry. And we were at the point of going, this ain't working for us. We need to quit. And Angela said, nope, let's not give up. Let's implement what we know best. And you can say what happened from there.
Good woman, Angela.
Tell you that. We figured out a couple of things. One of which was extreme prospecting.
Well, we moved brokerages.
We did. We actually ended up moving brokerages. And I don't blame Keller Williams for our failure, but it certainly helped our mindset. And it
was an act of faith.
Absolutely.
Of God saying,
you need to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the grace of God, I mean that totally. The next year we just took off, and we ended up being one of the top real estate agents in the nation in just a few short years.
Yeah, we were already doing $40 million a year.
Just the two of us.
Ran a team by accident.
Yeah.
Our team was ranked as one of the top teams in the country. And we thought the next logical step, this was '04, we thought the next logical step was owning our own brokerage.
Yeah, so we opened at the end of '05, and we ended up growing it over 15 years to 906 agents, one location. And like you had said, 2 billion in production, 6,000 transactions. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We figured out that
Yeah.
eXp
So
was incredible.
we were ranked as the largest single office brokerage in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And was introduced to eXp. And, you know, people like, there's no reason why we should even looked at it. I mean, we massive success, continually growing, but we couldn't get away from what the model was doing in the industry, and the way it was helping agents.
Yeah.
In so many different ways, right?
Yeah, and we also realize that God has given us a gift to, we want to be a blessing to others. We want to find people who are hungry to achieve goals and help them get there with a blueprint and a roadmap. And eXp afforded us to look beyond our little local area to find superstars like you guys.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it was a leap of faith. Don't get me wrong, it's not like we saw the model and just said, hey, let's jump. We're doing
No.
$2 billion a year in production. But we prayed about it, and it was almost a hard no up until the yes, which actually next week will be our 2-year anniversary
Of
moving the brokerage.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Awesome. And so, I mean, yeah, and see, that's a huge decision, right? And there's so much that is involved in that. And it's so easy to just pass that by and say, well, you know, okay, so you moved it and went into eXp, but there's a lot that obviously was going on during that time period. And is it true that you kind of, it was almost a hard no? You almost laughed at eXp at first until you got the clarity to really understand,
Yeah.
right, like what it was. So help us understand, like, I mean, just the way that my mind works, I look at such a big decision like that, and I'm like, if I'm a broker of that magnitude, you know, what is going through my mindset? What is it that you saw in eXp that, I mean, obviously you had mentioned, and this is one of the things that really impressed me when I sat down with you and I asked you the question, like, why did you make that move? And I asked you about it. You had said that, you know, the opportunity that I can offer my agents is something that I can't match that as an independent broker. Like eXp, what eXp can do for my agents, offering them the opportunity, you know, is something that would be impossible for me to be able to match. So obviously that was one of the factors, but as a broker, what was it that was going through your mind when you started seeing what eXp could offer? What was it that stood out and that really got you to say, you know what, let's do this?
It's a few different things, because one is we had to get past our pride and ego. You know, we're business people, and when you're around business people and successful people, you understand that you have to always get out of your comfort zone. And your comfort zone will always prohibit you from growth. Now, although we were successful and making a lot of money, and we were by no means like well off where we didn't have to worry about money or anything, or that we could bless anybody that we wanted. So we're always growth minded. And so we really took a hard look at the opportunity to go, okay, what could this opportunity afford us to do? And while we're doing it, what could it afford us to do to help other people?
Right.
And, you know, we had a lot of staff, a lot of agents that were agents were our friends. And but there was always a point where we're going, what could we do to help them get to the next level?
Right.
And where we were at owning our own brokerage, there was really nothing. We were successful, but we couldn't help them grow to another level, except maybe help them sell a little more real estate, but they're still exchanging time for money. So
Right.
there was a lot of different opportunities, from healthcare to building a business. What else did you see?
I think that the overarching theme was we couldn't do it as a mom and pop brokerage, and we wanted the best for our agents. We wanted them to have opportunities. We wanted them to have extreme growth in their production. We wanted them, some of them was simple as just having healthcare. We tried for so long to provide healthcare to our agents, and we couldn't do it even with 906 agents. And so you put all of that together, and then the prompting of God in prayer, And it just,
and then coupled with, we're big believers that God blessed us to bless others. And in order to be a servant leader, he says, you're going to touch way more lives all over the country. And for us, it's a very, my walk with Christ, I was going to be able to touch more people with the love of Christ all over the country, and at the same time helping them financially and through the real estate industry.
Right.
So
That's awesome.
that was really what made us make the move, although it was not an easy decision, because this could have been financial suicide for us.
Yeah, and I think that did you have something you want to say?
No.
I think that I've kind of heard that spoken back to me by a couple brokers that I spoke to, and maybe you can speak on this. But it's like traditional brokers they're making money, right, off of obviously the agents that are within their organization, and they know they literally said to me, I understand that eXp is a great opportunity, and a lot of times, sometimes they have a little bit of hesitation of taking that next step over because they can't see past what they think is going to be necessarily a little bit of a reduction in income and revenue, right? Because they have to build an eXp organization, but they have all the skill sets, and there's ways to offset that, right? And they have all these skill sets as brokers that they're primed. Like you guys exploded your business. You went from 900, but combined you have over 7,000 now, right?
Yeah.
So you have the skill sets as brokers to be able to jump into eXp and build an organization fast. And you're obviously not making less money than you were. You're making a lot more money than you were right now, right? So what would you say to a broker, like, in that position?
Well, what I would say to a broker is your opportunity at eXp is way greater than where you're at today. Like I said, there's very few brokerages that built bigger than me. So we know what the income potential was, but we also know how hard we had to work. Like our grind was dealing with lawsuits and dealing with issues and problems. So we weren't even happy anymore. We weren't doing what we love to do, and that's to help agents. So for a broker, they might be comfortable right now. They might feel a little level of success, but they're going to plateau and hit a wall. So with eXp, the growth is exponential, number one. Number two is there are no boundaries. Where most brokerages is you're limited only to the agents in your area. And then the third most important thing is leverage.
yes.
It's not just you building, it's the people you're bringing in that are building your business while you're helping them build their business. And they get to partner with people like ourselves and you.
Right.
Where else could you go that you have partners that are like-minded that actually help you build? So if you're out there and you're listening, you have a brokerage and you're talking to Phil and Heather, you become our partners. So wouldn't you want to be around someone who knows how to build a $2 billion a year in production business? Yeah. That's what we help you. You're only as good as the people you surround yourself with, and you always got to be leveling up.
Right.
Yeah. One of the things that we love so much is, we talk to team leaders, we talk to all of these agents who say, I want to grow, but I don't want to fill in the blank. I don't want to train my agents. I don't want the responsibility for them. I don't want, there's a big list actually, and they're common. Constantly
get the tools and systems.
Yes. And so the beauty of leverage, like Chuck was saying, is, for example, we have this incredible training system that we developed for our partners to use to grow. And that's leverage. My value and his value becomes your value. And that's the idea and concept that we love so much.
And let's touch on that. So one of the things that when we did make the move, we said we want to offer value to our partners that's scalable and duplicatable. And one of the big key points is training agents. So we developed a system over, 20-something years in the business, and we've overseen over 40,000 homes sold and $9 billion in production. We know real estate like the back of our hand. So we developed a training, coaching, and mentoring system that is better than anything in the entire industry. So what it does is it covers the 5 key pillars to success. Now, there's training companies out there that might cover 1 key pillar or 2. what we did is we compiled 5 of the best training systems in these pillars, put them into one system, added coaches in with it, tools and systems, a team leader, and tracking all into one. So you want to go over those 5 pillars?
Yeah. Most real estate agent companies actually do a decent to great job at real estate training, but that's not enough. That's not enough if you want to make 6 figures or you want to really scale your business.
Or even 7 figures.
Or even 7 figures, true.
So for the people watching, we'll just clarify and then I'll let you get into them. So the Excel training system that we're talking about here, it has 5 pillars or skill sets. So if you want to be a 6-figure agent, you have to understand that there's definitely these 5 things that you need to learn to master in order to excel in your career. And those 5 pillars are real estate knowledge, right? Sales skills, digital marketing, social media, and the systems and tools that it takes in order to, to operate and
work your database and to lead gen, right?
So if you don't mind, go ahead. Let's get into what it is that those systems offer and kind of what you guys have in the training program that we offer.
Well, if I were to tell an agent, go figure out those 5 pillars out. Go figure out how to digital market yourself and enhance your real estate with social media in a big way. That would be an overwhelming process. So what Chuck was explaining is we have all of that training available to agents when you partner with us. Plus, here's the kicker. We hired expert coaches in all of those areas that have live coaching calls every single week, 6 of them to be exact, where agents can come and get unstuck, ask questions, expand their learning.
You're dealing live with the coach via Zoom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, they're amazing experts in their field. So not only are you learning, but you're able to not only learn from the coaches, but your community of learners. We have a whole community built around this Excel training system because we don't want you to be feeling like you're alone or you're not part of something.
So they get access to our closed Facebook group where they're in there, and not only do you get access to all those coaches,
and they're not cheesy coaches by any means. We're talking Grant Cardone people. We're talking people that are experts in the industry.
High level.
And then with agents that are doing $300 million a year, agents that are top listers in their state, they're all part of the group, sharing their secrets and helping you out. We all have a valued interest in the success of the agent, where no matter where you go, nobody's got a valued interest except for the owner of the company, and that's it. And he's not going to do, or she's not going to do anything for you. See, that's the reason why there's an 85% fail rate in the industry, is they think they're getting something that's special and different, and they're not.
And we put a big bow on it, and we say, you can get it for free.
And what's awesome, like just to circle back to give some agents an understanding here. So when you decided to become and move over to eXp, one of the main purposes to give your agents an opportunity to create financial freedom in their own lives and have more opportunity and everything, right? eXp allows you to do that with their revenue share and their stock rewards. And you earn revenue share by obviously attracting other agents into eXp, and they pay you, right? But so to circle back on what you're doing now with what we have with the Excel training program, it's awesome because me and Heather go, like, one of the harder things to do is to figure out, so if you're bringing agents, especially newer agents or agents that are struggling, well, how are we going to support them, properly? Well, we have the tools and through what we can do with the Excel training, we can put them in there, get them plugged in, and we don't have to reinvent the wheel and sit there and try and figure out, all these different ways to help them become successful. We already have these systems and everything set up. And that's what makes it awesome, because you can grow an organization knowing, and it's kind of touching on what you said before about, like, what a broker is so scattered, they have lots of different things that they have going on. But once you get in the eXp, you can focus more on pouring into your agents and helping them become successful. And I think that's what makes the eXp really powerful, is being able to do that, create the collaborations like we have here, between us and between everybody else in the organization. And everybody is kind of rooting for everybody and trying to help everybody, instead of, I've heard it said, being like a shark thrown in, a tank where everybody is, competing for the same thing. It's kind of nice. It opens up the door to really cool, collaborations and joint ventures within the real estate industry that you don't have in other business models.
Yeah, that's actually, I was going to say that earlier. And I think that it's such a point of emphasis when it comes to eXp is that that's the sense of team. Like, it doesn't matter if you're dealing with other agents, if they're in a different state, everybody just roots for one another. And I don't really see that anywhere else. Like, I don't see it truthfully anywhere else.
No, right? Yep.
It's not organic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Excel training system is there is a guarantee that obviously is offered with it to certain agents that qualify. Obviously, agents have to be serious and committed to wanting to be a six-figure or more agent earner. And so that guarantee basically states that if you do everything that is asked of you within the program, meaning if you go through all the trainings and you complete the assignments, then it's basically guaranteed that you will earn a $100,000 in gross commission income within a 12-month period, or you will pay the difference on that, right? Now, so that's for agents that are serious. So do you want to comment on that at all, or?
Well, yeah, we believe in our program so much that we did put that guarantee in place. You go through our systems, you do what we say to do, because like I said, we've been in the industry a long time. We know what it takes to make someone successful. That if you don't make 100,000 gross commission in a year, we're going to pay you the difference. And nobody else puts up a guarantee like that. That's how sure we are in our program.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And so for any agents out there that are watching, if you've been in the business for a little bit and you're struggling to figure out how to get leads, if you're struggling in whenever, it's going to come down to one of those 5 areas, right? That it's going to be troubleshot at. But if you're struggling to earn the type of income that you want within the business, we invite you to come take a look at what we have to offer within the training program and within, obviously, partnering with us and stuff. But I mean, we want to help you. And so I'll throw a website out there that they can go look at, and we'll give it to them in the comments and stuff. But sixfigurepromise.com, you can go visit www.six, and that's the word spelled out, figurepromise.com. And you can learn all about the Excel, program that we're discussing here today. And so you can read more about that, watch the videos and stuff on there. And do you have anything else that you wanted to comment on that?
Well, I just wanted to add this as an aside. I don't remember how I thought of it. Somebody mentioned something, but one of the things that at our second eXp event, which was in Vegas, which had 9,000 people, I remember Chuck spoke, and something that really stood out to me that you kept saying and drilling into everyone's mind was, you're not thinking big enough. Think bigger. So I think that's a really good message in this video. Whether you're an agent, think bigger. If you're a broker, think bigger. If you're a team leader, think bigger. And an eXp allows you to do that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I always tell people, stop living a casual life. Anybody listening to this could reach massive success or the success they want, partnering with the right people. Reach out and you'll see what we do. And we'd love to help anyone.
Yeah, and I have to give you guys are rock stars, absolute rock stars. So you've got to reach out to Philip and Heather. Even if you're a leader, a team leader, you want to be one of the leaders in the industry. You want to grow something big. They and us as your partners, we can help you blow it up. So it's not just the training, which is awesome. It's also the opportunity to become, like we say, a baller.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah. Go ahead, Chuck.
Nope,
I was going to say on that note, like I literally think you're one partner away from exponentially exploding your business. Yes. Because no matter what, like you could have so many skills. You could be a great team lead. You could be, a successful broker. But at the end of the day, who you do business with does matter. And together, when you partner with people that are challenging you and that have other, skills that they bring to the table that can complement yours, and you're literally working together, that exponentially can really explode your business. And so I always, like you said, if you're successful, I think it's even more important because of what you said in the beginning. You can be very prideful and you think that you got it all figured out or whatever, but it's really like that's limiting what your true potential can be and what you could actually do in business, and how much, you know, you could actually grow and expand if you would just be open to, you know, talk to somebody and consider a partnership that will allow you to have that exponential growth by, you know, challenging yourself and exposing yourself to others who have different skill sets, different talents. You know, God gave us all different talents and abilities, and we all have different experiences. And, you know, I've been a victim of pride, definitely, in my life. I mean, I think we all
fall short of that.
We all fall short. And so, yeah, I just encourage anybody who, you know, like Heather said, if you have a little bit of an itch or like a spirit tugging on you inside, to think bigger, because truly, like, you don't need to limit your potential by, you know, not allowing yourself the opportunity to do that. So I always encourage people to,
Awesome.
you know, to reach out.
We are so thankful that you guys had us on, and who's ever listening, we're hoping that maybe one day we could touch their lives too.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate it, guys. God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.